This week we're sitting down to talk to Charles Soule about Marvel Star Wars.
Plus more.
Just more?
Well, yeah, you gotta entice them to stay for the whole episode. Ooh.
How'd we do it? Stick around.
Magic.
This is the Star Wars Show. From the Lucasfilm headquarters in San Francisco, here's your hosts, Andi and Anthony.
Hello and welcome to the Star Wars Show, the only Star Wars show on the internet celebrating May the 4th on May the 1st.
We're early because we care.
And also because we're locked into this Wednesday time slot.
It's gonna be awkward next year when we're all, May the April 29th be with you.
Rolls right off the tongue. Let's go to the news. Because May the 4th is upon us, there are all sorts of Star Wars related celebrations and deals going on.
Deals like up to 75% off of select video games and packs across mobile, PC, and console platforms, giveaways of in-game items, characters, and more. Basically, if it has Star Wars in the title of the video game, odds are there's a deal to be found on it this week.
For more information on these deals and upcoming May the 4th deals of all kinds, check out starwars.com/SWS.
As I talked about last week, Star Wars Galaxy's Edge is about to open up its free reservation system to access the new land at Disneyland Resort in Anaheim tomorrow.
Beginning at 10 a.m. Pacific time on Disneyland.com, the free reservation system will go live for the dates falling between May 31st and June 23rd.
For more information, including how to register for a Disney account to reserve your time, go to starwars.com/SWS.
Star Wars Day isn't the only unofficial holiday happening this Saturday. Free Comic Book Day is also taking place on May the 4th, and Star Wars is participating.
This year, you'll be able to grab a free copy of Star Wars Adventures from IDW, which follows Han and Chewie as they race against pirates in a search for one of 3 identical droids that contain the location of a legendary treasure.
Additionally, Marvel is also handing out a free preview issue of their upcoming comics. Inside, you'll get samples from Galaxy's Edge, Age of Rebellion, and TIE Fighter, as well as an interview with Kieran Gillen.
Both free comics will be available at your local comic book shop this Saturday.
And speaking of comics, our friends over at Marvel will be debuting a bonus episode of Earth's Mightiest Show, which highlights some of the best Marvel Star Wars comics to pick up during May the 4th.
The episode will go live on Saturday morning on youtube.com/Marvel. Enough said.
And for more breaking news from around the galaxy, be sure to check out starwars.com/SWS.
For real, there's a whole bunch of stuff going up there on Saturday that we can't talk about until next week.
Curse you, Wednesday time slot. Curse you.
Much to learn. You still have.
Haha, AT-ATs. Or is it AT-ATs? Whatever. First seen in The Empire Strikes Back, stomping their way towards Echo Base on the icy planet of Hoth, the all-terrain armored transports are the 4-legged vehicles that stand over a staggering 22 meters tall. With armor impervious to most blasters, as well as 4 front-mounted cannons, the AT-AT is an unstoppable war machine. Sometimes. Their legs have been shown to be their weak spot. From tripping over cables in The Empire Strikes Back to getting sliced with a lightsaber in Star Wars Rebels, the results are ultimately the same. Another weakness of the AT-AT is their sight. The Ghost crew was able to evade a group of AT-ATs by entering a sandstorm. But don't let that weakness fool you. They're very good at blowing stuff up. Want to learn more about AT-ATs, like how they're modeled after the movement of an elephant? Check out starwars.com/much to learn.
Hey guys, today we have Charles Soule with us.
Hey,
thank you so much for joining us.
thank you for having me. This is fantastic.
So let's talk a little bit about your experience writing Star Wars.
Sure.
You've pretty much just been in the comic space
Yep.
with us.
I've done 4 projects. It was Lando, then it was Obi-Wan and Anakin,
Yes.
both of which were minis, and then I did a long Poe Dameron series. But really, the biggest thing I've done for you guys has been the Darth Vader series. It was set right after Episode 3, so as I call it, it was Baby Vader, when he was just in his suit for the first time, didn't have a lightsaber yet, didn't really know how to use the robot limbs and so on, and so it was him in a way that we haven't really seen before, where he's learning about things. He's not as incredibly confident and terrifying. I mean, he's still pretty terrifying, but he's not terrifying in the same way that we've seen from the other films.
Yeah, and I find that so fascinating. What did you do to get in that headspace, and how did you approach writing about someone who maybe used to be so mysterious and enigmatic, and you're really breaking him down to like the finest details?
Right. I mean, that's one of the things you really want to be careful with Darth Vader, with any big villain, because you don't want to demystify them or take away what makes them frightening. And so one of the first things I decided when I started writing the series is that Darth Vader would almost never talk, and if he talked, it would be literally the bare minimum. If he could get it done in one word, he'd get it done in one word. And no caption, so you never got in his head. And so everything you learned about him is through his actions. And his actions are generally pretty terrifying because he's Darth Vader. And so that was the way I approached the idea of keeping him frightening, even though you're revealing how he got that first lightsaber. You're revealing how he built that huge castle on Mustafar. Like, that's one of the big story arcs we did. So you want those stories to feel as epic as anything you saw in any of the films, but also give new layers and show new things about Darth Vader. And the main goal for that series Wars was taking him from the place where he remembered being Anakin Skywalker to just letting go of Anakin Skywalker and saying, okay, I'm Darth Vader, I'm ready to do what you need me to do.
That's such a cool space to play in.
You're telling me.
All right.
You know, it was great.
And a lot of us around here really loved the Lando miniseries.
Thanks,
and
yeah.
there weren't that many stories about him.
Right.
And you got to dive into Lobot
Yeah,
a little
absolutely.
bit more. And that relationship was so cool.
Yeah. So when we see Lobot in Empire Strikes Back, he's a robot or an android, like he doesn't have any personality really. But in the Lando miniseries, it's set before that when Lando's like straight man, like his buddy. And over the course of the story, you find out how Lobot and why, more importantly, Lobot became the sort of blank-faced automaton that we see in Empire Strikes Back.
Are there any characters in Star Wars that you really, really want to write for that you haven't yet?
I have written one panel of Luke Skywalker, and that's it. I would love to write more for Luke Skywalker. I think hopefully I'll have a chance to do that at some point soon. I'll write Palpatine any chance I get, all the time. But hey, you know, any era you pick in Star Wars has cool characters to work with.
Right.
So.
Comics have such a rich history in the Star Wars community. What is it about comics that kind of keeps you coming back?
It's impactful. Like, you can show Darth Vader igniting his lightsaber for the first time, and I could write the hell out of that scene in prose, sure. But when you see an artist, like the artist I work with primarily on the series is Giuseppe Camuncoli, who's brilliant, he's a genius. And so when he draws it, you feel it. It hits you in the gut in this really visceral way. And you can do everything from massive space battles to very intimate character moments. I think it's as close as you can get to the movie without being the movie. And the other thing that's great about it is that they come out kind of fairly rapidly. And so in the time frame of like 25 issues, you might get like 5 novels worth of stuff or 5 movies worth of storytelling. You can go to all these incredible places, you can tell all these amazing stories, and then you get to just keep telling all those amazing stories. It's great.
Awesome.
Pretty cool.
Well, thanks for coming by.
Of course, my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
You're watching the Star Wars show.
I like how in this week's Much to Learn video, they used both AT-AT and AT-AT.
Yeah, definitely, but I say it right.
Yeah, and I'm sure you will continue to debate this very important question and which one you think Andi says. We want to know how you celebrate May the 4th this week.
Send us your pictures, videos, and comments using the easy-to-remember hashtag SWSMT4, and we'll feature our favorites here next week.
I say Swissmit4.
Oh yeah, it rolls right off the tongue.
As always, remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram.
Thanks for watching, and may the 1st be with you. SWSMT4 sounds like some sort of weird new age walker. Is it SWSMT4 or Swissmit4?
Swissmit4.
Oh, okay.
That's how I always say it.
Real fans do.
Real fans say Swissmit4.